Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Rundown with Davis Mendoza Darusman. President Trump had his first ever State of the Union address this Tuesday. The only person less excited about it than the American people was First Lady Melania Trump.
Melania also broke with long-standing tradition by riding to the State of the Union in her own motorcade without her husband. Some observers wondered if this was yet another sign of Melania's reported state of fury over the Stormy Daniels scandal.
Trump also incorrectly claimed that this State of the Union was the most watched in history. He's lied about the biggest televised inauguration, he's lied about the biggest televised State of the Union, but one thing that won't be a lie is that hopefully one day he'll have the biggest televised impeachment hearing. During his State of the Union address, President Trump focused on natural disaster recovery, such as providing funding for rebuilding cities after Hurricane Harvey and Irma, and he also focused on immigration reform. I'm starting to see a trend between his thoughts on natural disasters and immigrants. Immigrant Houstonians were deported after Hurricane Harvey, immigrant Floridians were deported after Hurricane Irma, and immigrant First Lady Melania Trump is probably going to leave after Stormy Daniels. The mayor of Nashville, Tennessee, Megan Barry, admits to having an affair with her former head of security, triggering a probe from the Nashville City Council. This is reportedly not the first probe Mayor Barry has undergone by a member of her team. An Amtrak train in Virginia carrying Republican lawmakers got in a collision with a garbage truck. Proof that Republican lawmakers nowadays are both a train wreck and a dumpster fire. President Trump celebrated his one-year anniversary since taking office with a government shutdown. That's like celebrating your wedding anniversary by getting a divorce. Being the weekend for anniversaries, 20,000 Houstonians and hundreds of thousands more Americans nationwide took to the streets for the second annual Women's March. Say what you will about the Trump administration, but with all these marches and protests, his 1 year in office has done more for physical fitness than Michelle Obama has done in 8 years. The government returned from the shutdown on Monday, making it the second most awaited opening on a Monday behind Chick-fil-A. U.S. Senator for Illinois, Tammy Duckworth, is set to be the first senator to ever have a baby while in office. Now, this distinction is not to be confused for the milestone set by Ted Cruz for being the first baby senator in office. There is now a dating site for straight Trump supporters called Trump.dating. However, in typical Trump fashion, the dating site only allows you to match profiles created by your daughter. Vodafone and Nokia have announced their plan to launch a 4G network on the moon. Scientists, however, are warning Nokia not to send anything to the moon, with growing concerns that shooting a Nokia to the moon will most likely obliterate it. The Philadelphia Eagles won their first ever Super Bowl with a score of 41-33, upsetting the reigning champion, the New England Patriots. Upset is a harsh word. You're upset when you're a Browns fan and your team hasn't won a single game this season. You're upset when you're a Dallas fan and, you live in Dallas. With 5 Super Bowl wins in the past 16 years, New Englanders are hardly upset. Patriots fans being upset about not winning their 6th Super Bowl would be like if Beyoncé was upset about not winning her 21st Grammy. She has enough. The Eagles' win was not a sexy win, however. With numerous missed point-after kicks and field goals, this year's Super Bowl featured more failed kicks than Lonzo Ball's Big Baller Brand. During the halftime show, Justin Timberlake paid respect to Minnesota's finest performer, Prince, performing a cover of I Would Die For You beside a purple projection of the artist on a giant sheet. Also paying respect to the Janet Jackson controversy years before, he decided against performing Prince's 1994 hit, Get Loose. Another highlight of the game was, of course, the commercials. While a commercial from Toyota highlighted diversity and acceptance, a commercial from Dodge highlighted greed and racial manipulation by using a speech from Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. to sell Rams. That's just disrespectful and purely shameful. Also from Dodge, a commercial on their line of buses, narrated by Rosa Parks. Taking after Dodge, Ford released a commercial selling the Lincoln, accompanied with a speech by President John F. Kennedy. Tide, however, took over the Super Bowl with several commercials starring David Harbour of Stranger Things. With appearances from Mr. Clean and the Old Spice guy, Tide spent millions of dollars on airtime alone. Unlike their Tide Pods, it seems like they were putting their money where their mouth is. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's special rundown coverage. Remember to like the video and comment below if I've offended you. I'll try to mail you a get well soon card. I'm Davis Mendoza Darusman for The Rundown, signing out.